And with SuperPumped Podcast, we are in the Dolphins fan zone, Miami, here with some of our friends. We are talking today about how you can come from nowhere, literally, to own an NFL team and an NFL stadium. So most of these fans that we're celebrating with today have no idea that a man named Robbie from Sisterton, South Dakota, came to own this spectacle known as an NFL franchise and this stadium now known as Hard Rock Stadium. Let me tell you a little bit about Joe's story. Grew up in Sisterton, South Dakota, not South Carolina, South Dakota. Immigrant family, dad was Lebanese, mom was Irish. First kid in his entire town, not just his family, but his entire town, to get a college degree. He worked in the Civilian Conservation Corps, where he was doing public work projects during the Great Depression, and started a law office or a law firm after a time in the Navy, started a law firm in Mitchell, South Dakota. If you've ever been to Mitchell, I have. Home of the Corn Palace. We're going to continue on around here, clear to the other end of this place, and try to find Joe's statue. He started this law firm, and eventually, like a lot of lawyers, he decided he wanted to be in politics, and so he ran for governor of South Dakota. I'd love to tell you he won, but the reality is he was trounced by 22 points. And he was really mad about that because it felt personal to him. Like, why don't you love me? Why don't you respect me? That kind of thing. And so he ended up deciding the heck with South Dakota. He would move to Minneapolis. And so he started a new law firm there in Minneapolis. And he made some success, but he made one important friend. It was the commissioner of the American Football League, the AFL commissioner. Back then, there was the AFL and the NFC, and they had not merged yet. And his friend said, hey, we want to put a franchise in Miami. And Joe, he was an ambitious guy. He said, sure, I would love to. Think about a franchise in Miami. And so with that, they put a franchise in Miami, but Joe needed to raise $7.5 million. Now, rumor has it, or word has it, or legend has it, he had only made $27,000 a year in his law firm. He needed a lot of outside investors. So he ended up getting those investors. 1966 awarded a franchise, the Miami Dolphins, in the AFL. 2 years later, merged with the NFL, and the rest is history. That's why it's the AFC and the NFC in the Super Bowl. One of the cool things is he played in the Orange Bowl, and the Orange Bowl became a dump. And the city of Miami wasn't willing to build him a new stadium. And so he said, I've got this incredible asset. I'm going to build my own stadium halfway between Fort Lauderdale and Miami. And he did that, all with private money. It's the only NFL stadium all financed through private funds. And so he built it, and everyone's like, this is crazy. But he had two good things going for him. Location, South Florida sun, which even here in the middle of winter is bright and beautiful, and I'm actually sweating. But the second thing is it was in the middle of the metro area. All he has is the Dolphins, but over time he gets the Miami Hurricanes. Then he gets this Grand Prix race. We came in, and you can see some of the Grand Prix over here. It runs Formula One Miami Grand Prix here. Then he gets national championships. Nick Saban won his 7th national championship here to set the record, and 6 at Alabama here in this stadium. Joe Montana won a Super Bowl here over these Cincinnati Bengals that are here today. Steve Young won his only Super Bowl here. John Elway went back-to-back here after losing earlier to San Francisco here. Peyton Manning won his only Super Bowl with the Colts here. Drew Brees, only Super Bowl with the Saints here. And Patrick Mahomes won his first Super Bowl with the Chiefs right here in this stadium. National championships, USC and Pete Carroll and that juggernaut, 55-19 over Oklahoma. That Super Bowl featured Heisman winners, past, present, future. Jason White, Matt Leinart, Reggie Bush. Tim Tebow won a national championship there. And my favorite, many years ago, back in the early 2000s, Bobby Bowden and Joe Paterno squared off in the Orange Bowl in this very stadium, went to double overtime. At that time, 2 most winningest coaches ever. So if you think you can't do big things just because you're from some podunk town and nobody's ever been to college or nobody's ever come out of there, remember Joe Robbie? This stadium, Joe Robbie, South Dakota, ended up owning an NFL franchise, built this massive palace of football and soccer, and even baseball. The Florida Marlins played here for a while. So you can do it. If you need help, hit me up. I would love to help you go from wherever you are, to this awesome spectacle known as NFL football. Thanks for joining me today. I hope you have a great day. If you enjoyed today's show, I have 2 quick next steps for you. First, subscribe or follow us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or YouTube. And second, jump on over to SuperPumped.com to find out all the incredible ways we can help you launch your Super Pumped business. Keep well, and I'll see you next time.